Hey, loves. So I was just sitting here thinking about how I would respond now when people tell me that or they love how authentic I am. Because for a while, when people would say that to me, I would kind of feel like, well, first in the beginning, I didn't know what it meant, and I thought, well, am I weird? Am I strange? Is something wrong with me? And I kind of personalized it because authentic kind of felt like I wasn't a part of the group. And younger me, at times, I'm Pisces, so it was at times, not all the time, wanted to be a part of the group. Um, I felt that it made me not get invitations to spaces that I thought at the time I wanted to be at. And it involved, my body, um, the way I spoke, many things that just made people look at me and go, oh, you're different. And then some people started being kind. And of course, I had to look up the word. And then I realized it was, oh, you're so authentic. And at first, it felt like an insult. And then it felt fantastic because in this authenticity, I realized that I didn't desire to be like anyone else. And I didn't have to degrade them or insult them because they were different from me. I didn't feel like I had to do the things that other people did, but I didn't feel like I was missing out. So I didn't have to criticize or judge. I enjoyed the silly things about myself. I began this journey where let me find the word. I stopped trying to call other people out and I started to call myself out to me. I started to check me first. And in checking me first, I realized that there were so many things that other people loved and enjoyed that weren't for me. And it didn't mean that I had to be upset about it, and there was no need for jealousy because I didn't want what they had in the first place. That came with uh, places they went to, friends, lovers, partners, whatever you call it. I didn't have to fit a mold, and I was okay with that. And it took me a while to get there, but when I got there, it just gave me this sense of I had to spend so much time checking me that I didn't have time to check anyone else. I started to I started with me in every single situation. And at times it was very difficult because the ego doesn't allow for you to really see yourself in the wrong most of the time. And I was doing myself an injustice. And so, in that accountability, that's the word, accountability with myself, I realized that I can ask myself questions as to why did I have to do certain things? Why did I have to respond in certain ways? And a lot of times I just came up with this thing that I didn't have to. And it wasn't a sassy, I didn't have to. It was more of a realization. Oh, I really don't have to. I don't have to talk bad about this person. I don't have to know their business. I don't have to talk about the choices that other people make. Well, except we're talking about the elections. That's another, that's a whole different story. But I didn't have to do a lot. A lot of the stuff that I saw that other people around me, and no disrespect or shade, were getting involved in, going, I didn't have to. I didn't have to put anyone down to feel better about myself, because in checking myself and in being accountable with myself, I realized a lot of times that what was going on out there was not my business. Now, when it comes to uh, my rights and the rights of my brothers, sisters, my siblings, yeah, that's something that I become passionate about, and I step out. But for the gossip, I realized that just wasn't me. And I realized that, oh, it's okay. And I also realized that I didn't have to always perform. I didn't have to walk into rooms and perform for people. I could walk into rooms and bring in good energy, and when that energy was exhausted, I could just leave. So, authenticity to me came with me coming to the understanding that I didn't have to be like anyone else, and that was okay. I got to explore me, my thoughts, my responses, my dreams, my fantasies, all of that. I got to explore that from a sense of not comparing it to anyone else's dreams or fantasies, but looking at the determination, the perseverance they had in achieving their dreams, and hoping that I had that same determination and perseverance. So the authenticity was at first something I thought was an insult, but it turned out to be one of my most powerful tools. Some people may call it being weird, different. I learned to not care, because I get to experience this journey of life the way I would like to, not the way that someone else maps it out for me so that they can feel comfortable. I enjoyed discovering the things that I actually like. I enjoyed asking myself, am I doing this because everyone else is doing it, or am I doing it because I really want to do it? What am I going to learn from this? And with those questions in hand and that kind of mindset, I stepped into a place of being able to appreciate every single person, because I look at it from a lens of being yourself, being your true self without bringing harm to yourself or others is a great way to build bridges, because now with knowing yourself, you become so secure within yourself that it is okay for you to explore and experience the existence of others. So, yeah, I think that's where it is. Authenticity is a superpower, and being yourself is freeing in many ways. So, I'm sending you all always love, and as you are,